What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is that time. It is time for things to change on the car. Big things, not small things, a lot of cosmetic stuff, a lot of power. We're gonna add a bunch of stuff to this thing. So I have basically a vision for the car. So to really give you an idea of kind of what I'm talking about, let's go ahead and turn the camera around and explore a little bit. Okay, so we have my 2019 Mustang here. You guys have seen on the channel, but if you're new to the channel, I do encourage that you subscribe. Now is the time to do that. Turn the notification bell on. Give the video a thumbs up because here we go. All right, 2019 Mustang, fully loaded, GT Performance Package, level 1, and pretty much everything is kind of like you would normally do. You do like a grill delete here, maybe some badging. You might do like some vents here on your hood or something like that. You know, black badging around the car. And then as we move around, everything is pretty much, you know, factory. Again, more badging in the back there for that whole section there. But pretty much it's pretty clean. It's pretty simple. There's not a whole lot going on. Now, some of the things that we have actually changed, like I'm mentioning, is we have the RTR hood vents here. We have the Cervini's grill. We are getting rid of that. That's getting replaced. We have the stock lower there. And we have the MMD from American Muscle front splitter here. It's very reminiscent of the PP2 style, and it looks clean. It looks awesome. I love it. It's one of my favorite ones that they actually sell aftermarket wise. I think it looks fantastic, and I think that everybody should buy it. And a lot of this stuff is very affordable. That's kind of the whole thing with this car, is a lot of this stuff is budget. We are full bolt-on. We are E85. I just put another tank of E85 in there. Hopefully we don't burn another wideband out. So time will tell there. But so we even have some tent there across that. Even that's going to change. All right, we're going to either take that off or we're going to go to a lighter tent, something different. Everything is changing. As we walk around the side here, still got the factory wheels, tires, all that is going to change. Still up in the air, 19s, 20s, and what tire choice you want to go with, but we have the black badging again. Other than that, it's pretty simple. We got 35% tent, still got the track racing stuff on the side. All right, so I got a dirty car, but it is a normal loaded PP1 car. Do have an N-Gauge HP tuner, tuned by Palm Beach, okay? It's my recommendation. 10-speed auto, Recaro seats, everything. It's a 401A car, loaded. Now, some stuff that's really not going to change a whole lot. We do have the JLT intake. We have Corsa 1/7/8 catless headers with their double X pipe into the factory active exhaust. We have a JLT catch can, so just your normal basic stuff. E85 full bolt-on, that whole deal. We're going to run this thing on the track exclusively pretty much at Beach Bend. I mean, this is pretty much the closest decent one, but we're going to travel around. We're going to do a lot of that stuff here in 2019, but we're going to play the NA game for a while. We're going to learn to drive the car. We're going to chase 10s. We're going to do all that stuff. But as far as cosmetics, all of this, pretty much everything is about to change. This is one of the last times you're going to see the car just like it is. It's going to get a major overhaul. I'm very, very, very excited. Stuff is going to be shipping all week. We're going to be getting deliveries all week. Now, I do want to say that some of the stuff that is going to change is going to upset a lot of you. A lot of you guys are going to find it a little too over the top, a little too wild, but hey, that's one of the glorious things about owning a Mustang, is the customability that you have, the aftermarket support, everything. Sky is the limit. And we do want this car to be a little bit different from the crowd. So we're going to go a little extreme, I think, but I think it's going to be all very tasteful. You guys know how I am. You know my personality. I'm not generally crazy over the top, but we are going to do some things in this car that are going to make it a little bit different. And when I say a little bit, a lot. But here we go. Now, the way this is going to go down is I'm going to release pretty much a video series. It's going to be maybe 3 to 5 episodes or so of every little thing that we are going to change. And at the end of it, you're going to get the overall picture. We're going to do a big review on everything, how you guys feel about it, all of that. But to kick things off, we have our first modification here inside of this box. So let's open this up. Let's go. Let's get started. All right, first up, I don't think I'm going to need a knife to get into it, but nope, should be good. So this one, the initial mod that we're going to do today, again, video series, so definitely stay tuned to the channel, subscribe so you don't miss, all of the videos that are going to come, because they're going to be coming pretty quickly. But this one's pretty simple just to kick things off. It's something that is a very common modification that a lot of guys do. All right, we have our Ford Performance flat deck lid. So we're gonna get rid of some of the badging. Actually, we're gonna replace it. There's something else that's gonna go here. I'll show you in just a second, but it's pretty simple. I bought this at CJ Pony Parts, okay? And very fast shipping, you know, great company, definitely recommend them. But we're gonna put the car in the garage and install this, and then we're gonna add something here to the center to spice it up just a little bit. Look at that, we're about to get a delivery. I told you. All right guys, so as you saw on the front of the car, we have the black and red badging. It's kind of like a GT350 style kind of deal, and we're doing the same thing on the back deck lid. This is from MF Auto Designs, and on the back it's got an adhesive so it sticks up. We're gonna measure the crap out of it, make sure that we get it just perfect center, but this is going to set off the rear of the car to start with. And this is one of the smallest modifications that we're doing. It's pretty basic stuff, a lot of people do it, but just you saw what just got delivered. What's inside of that box is going to blow your mind. Okay, we got the monster in the garage. And to change this guy here, so there's nothing really wrong with it, but when I bought the car, you know, they put them through their washes, they do all that stuff. Even though I told them not to, I was extremely unhappy with it. But there are some swirls, some scratches on this deck lid. Nothing wrong with this badge here, but that's just pretty much the way that the car got delivered. I was pretty unhappy with it, and I think that that thing over there is going to fix a lot of that. But to change this is extremely simple, so let's just go ahead and dive into it. Okay, to change a deck lid, it's extremely easy. All you really need to do is you find these little tabs here, and they're just kind of stuck on there, and you're gonna peel these away and then try not to lose them. But there we go. And then it's gonna reveal just 4 bolts, 2 there, and that's pretty much how you're gonna get started. You don't need to remove anything else to do this. But eventually we're gonna pry this thing, we're just kind of unclip it, and it's a little scary at that point. But let me see what size these are. A 7mm is gonna win. So you're gonna start taking these guys out. So very carefully, you take these things out one by one. They shouldn't be very tight. Anyway, but we'll get all these loose and then come back to it. Now keep in mind when you're doing this, you start taking these guys loose. Once you get them pretty much out, you don't want to just pull them out. What I would do is bring the deck lid down like this so it comes out like that. Otherwise, you might risk them rolling back into the actual trunk itself. And if you do that, good luck getting it out. All right, the next step might make you a bit nervous, but you got to pry this thing out. So you're pretty much going to lift, and then you're going to go from the sides, and they're clipped in there pretty hard, and they're going to pop. So it'll be pretty loud, but just take your time, don't break anything. Just like this, very carefully. And then undo your rear view camera, just like that, simple. All right, you know how we do, we keep it detailed. So here's your OEM. I've got the other one lined up just the same way so we don't mix up in, so we don't flip the camera upside down. But you have this little bracket here that holds your camera, and all you're gonna do is fit it right into the new one, just like this. And then screw it back in place, you'll be good to go. All right, you don't have to torque these things down crazy. It's going into plastic, but this is a 5.5mm here. I won't focus, but it's a 5.5, so that's what you're gonna need for this guy here. So putting this back in is pretty simple. Don't close it all the way, but make sure you hook everything back up first. All right, and then hook at the bottom. So you're gonna go upwards with it. All right, make sure it's all tight. So now in reverse order, once you have everything good to go there, it's all tight, snug, just put your bolts back in there, and that is pretty much it. All right, once you have those in place, you get your thing, and it just pops right back in like this. Just sticks to it like that. One-handed operation. There we go. Good to go. Perfect. Now, a lot of guys will actually leave it just like this. They'll leave it blank. It's a very attractive look. It's something that, you know, people have been doing since 2015 when the S550 came out. Just that nice, clean, badgeless look. But we're going to take it up a notch. Okay, now what I'm doing is I took some just painter's tape and then go from right there in the center. And then you want to pretty much, there's a second line there that I did just to make sure that it's good. And that way we can put this thing directly in the center there like that. And what's cool about these new ones is they have this line. A lot of people don't like it, but I do. And it brings the attention to whatever is inside in the center of there. It just focuses the attention to that badge, whatever it may be. And I think it looks fantastic. It's great. Okay, I've just gently placed it just to make sure we were good. Yeah, I'm gonna measure it before we actually put pressure and make it permanent. All right, we're gonna go right to the edge. I got 9. And we are dead center. Oh, that looks so good. So it matches the front now. That looks pretty hot. So quite a bit different than the regular GT that we had there. Quite a bit different if you were to just leave it blank, but it's measured up. It's perfectly centered. It looks good. It's a good job. Now, if you get these from MF Auto Designs, this is a, you know, it customizes them. Sky's the limit, really, but they're solid metal. And on the back, there's a bunch of adhesive. On the front, they actually have pins that go into the grille and secure back with screws. So they don't use any kind of weird adhesive or anything like that to go to the front. But in the rear, that's the way that it works, and it's perfect. Perfect, perfect. It's crazy how such a small little thing changes the entire look. All right, so speaking of small things that changes the entire look of the car, the next one in the next video is not a small thing. It is something that is, it's going to make or break the car, honestly. It's a very popular upgrade, but the next video is going to, a lot of people will like it, and a lot of you guys are gonna find it a little bit over the top. I don't know. You know, I'm willing to take risks with the car to make it stand out from the crowd, but I will say, give it a shot, give it a chance. We'll get used to it, and there's some things that will tie it together once we finish the entire project. Cosmetically, I think it's going to make sense. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but definitely stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. There's a bunch of stuff. So other than that, guys, that's going to wrap up this short and sweet video. I will see you guys later. Stay safe on the road. If you're racing, be safe. And I just got my helmet in, so we're going to protect this ugly dome here that I have. But, you know, other than that, I'll see you guys later. Have fun. Be safe.